Anybody else?
I'm hoping that Councilor Cuthbert's is just running late. Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. All right, so let's begin our special city council meeting for April 10th, 2024. We'll do roll call real quick here. Councilor Myers. Here. Councilor Rich. Here. Councilor Lindner.
Here. Sorry, I can't say it for her. Yeah, I can't say it for her.
Okay, then.
Winther is, if somebody's trying to connect via Zoom.
So Councilor Williams is trying to connect. Okay, so we'll give her a moment.
That does give us a quorum.
Yeah, that'll be perfect then. Just a moment. Councilor Williams, can you hear me okay?
You're on mute, so.
Councilor Williams, can you hear me?
Yeah, yours is off too.
She may still be trying to connect. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm hoping that she can hear us. Okay.
Is there a chat window in there?
One moment, guys.
Nah,
Oh,
it would pop up.
I can hear you.
Oh, there you go.
Great, thank you. Thank you for the confirmation. Okay, Councilor Cuthbertson will be joining us via Zoom as well.
All right.
All right. Okay, one
So at the
moment.
moment, then Councilor Winter is the only one that is absent
That's missing at the moment. So Zoom.
or hasn't checked in.
Yep. Hopefully, maybe he will appear. Okay. So let's go ahead and move on. The reason or purpose for this special city council meeting, the purpose of this special city council meeting is to hold a public hearing regarding a proposed cost increase in waste services that would add weekly recycling and yard debris removal. A decision by council is expected at this meeting. Okay, I'll go ahead. Shall I go ahead and just open a public hearing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's see, what time is it? Okay, as of 6:04, I am opening this public meeting.
There's a microphone on too, Steve, when, if we need public comment and whatnot.
Okay, Councilor Cuthbertson is online now too. Good. Okay. I thought we'd go ahead and start with, would you like to do your presentation first? Let's go ahead and we'll have our public services do their presentation. Oh, if there's any comments, questions, we'll go from there. Cool, thank you. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and have,
No, here, I'll tell you what, we'll let you use,
Oh, yeah, right here.
you can use Councilor Winter's who's use it right there.
all right, perfect.
There you go. You'll be perfect.
The lights on, that means.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, so, I don't know if you need it for the record of Kenneth Larson for public services. Thank you again for having us. I've got with me, Darren Fast, he's our operations manager, in case any operational questions come up. But you have the presentation before you. This is the same, these slides are the same as what I presented to you before. So for the sake of the audience, I'll go through it rather quickly.
Steve, do we have the presentation available?
I do not know. We might have it here.
Okay.
So once again, thank you.
Is it that one at the top or no? City or weekly?
Slides up.
It might be that one.
That's it. It's PDFs.
Yeah, you may have.
Waters.
I have a USB drive with it on there.
Why don't we try the?
Yeah, that'd be good.
drive, Just to make sure.
That way everyone can see it and. And then also for those online that don't have the papers in front of them. You can hold them up to the camera. You see from here?
Perhaps. The letters go out in the bill. Didn't actually see that there was this meeting.
They must not have. I mean,
I'm surprised no one is here.
yeah. I agree. That's why we wanted to do a separate meeting for it, because they were like, oh, you could decide on it now. And I was like, "Well, we need to like make sure
Right?
there's not,
That people can come back at it.
yeah.
Well, we did have several people indicate that they would be here tonight.
Okay.
I had 4 people indicate that they'd either be online
Okay,
or not, and it read in the letters.
all right, so
Okay,
let's,
hang on a second here. Let me
yeah, no
get
worries.
everything.
And you've had people drop into the office. and
Yes, we
comment on
did.
it too.
We had about 4 people that either indicated to me personally that they would be here, or they came in the office and asked questions, or said they would not be here, but wanted to talk with me about it and more support.
Nice.
Okay,
All right, I believe. Full screen, yeah, full screen. There we go.
there we go.
Perfect.
Perfect.
So I guess we'll be all be on the same page. So, as I mentioned, in the previous time I was here, we know that generally speaking, people want to have more recycling, more yard debris, organic, organic recycling. And that trend is statewide. Currently, Monroe is the only city that we service between Salem and Western Oregon, which is in Salem and Grants Pass, that has monthly recycling pickup and no yard debris service. It's also the only city in the county that has that. And frankly, pretty much all of the other cities we service already have weekly recycling and weekly yard debris. There's a couple that are on a slightly different schedule than that, but the vast majority are weekly on both. As I know you know, this causes confusion for people and frustration. If the one day a month they forget that they have recycling, they forget to put it out. It also causes some confusion for people when people who are just outside of the city, in rural Benton County, have availability, weekly recycling, weekly yard debris. But then someone who's, 100 yards inside city limits doesn't have the same thing that people in the rural areas have. So that obviously is kind of confusing. So what we are proposing is a major enhancement in your service and making it significantly easier for everyone and going to weekly garbage, weekly recycling, weekly yard debris. So every week, people are putting out all 3. And thanks to some work our team has had, and with routing and other methods to keep costs in control, we can offer that service for just $6.15 additional a month. I know there were some comments about people who are fixed income. One of the things that we have found is that, well, first of all, I need to share that 30 to 40% of everything that goes into landfill per a DEQ study, Department of Environmental Quality study, should have gone in a recycling cart or a yard debris cart. The vast majority of people are not filling their garbage carts entirely every week. So what that means is if you go from once a week recycling and no yard debris to weekly recycling and weekly yard debris, and people really should be putting, estimated on average 30 to 40% in one of those other containers, they can probably downsize. So there's the chart.
And sorry, when you say downsize, you mean their trash receptacle?
Downsize, yes, thank you. Downsize their trash receptacle. So if you look at the chart here, you can see what the current rates are on the top line. So let's say someone has a 95-gallon cart, they're only filling it 2/3 of the way. Okay. So first of all, they probably could have got away with 65 anyways. But with the $6.15, if they don't downsize, it's $42.35 a month. But if they downsize to a 65-gallon, even with the enhancement, they're saving money as compared to their current rate at the 95-gallon. And then it's and then the difference between the current 65 and a 35, it's a 35-cent increase. So really,
So
people have the opportunity to have service that really actually matches their needs, provides them a way to more, in a more environmentally sustainable way, manage their waste. And in the end, if they are able to downsize, it's not affecting them, or they're actually getting a financial benefit. So from strictly that kind of a financial perspective, and then you put on the environmental perspective, then you put on the major convenience perspective, we think this is a decision that your constituents will really
Is
appreciate.
that rate current? I had a rate increase last month and I'm getting more than what that's.
So, your bills, things are billed on a bi-monthly.
Right, I realize that, and I divided it by 2.
Okay, so we have to see what your specific situation is.
It's supposed to be the minimum. I wanted 2 every 2 weeks, and you said you didn't come every 2 weeks. Because we don't make that much garbage. My husband died, now I make even less garbage.
So, but yeah, these are what the rates are. I pulled them from our range. So,
I got them for church.
yep, so, yeah, I'll give you my card afterwards,
Yeah.
and then we can figure out what's going on.
Uh-huh.
So, go to the next slide, it kind of covers, weekly recycling benefits. So obviously, when COVID hit, everybody started working from home. Now more and more people are working hybrid, so they may not be entirely from home, but they're doing some work from home. Online ordering really rocketed. One of the things I do, besides recycling education and talking to city councils and stuff, is I have to file reports with DEQ every year on how much stuff was diverted from the landfill to recycling. And we definitely saw an increase, a significant increase, especially in cardboard. So there's a greater need even then in your community for more recycling. The other thing, and I've mentioned this before, so this is really for the sake of the audience, recycling is going to have a major overhaul. The process is undergoing now, but people are going to see a major overhaul in July of next year, July 2025. The state passed a law called the Plastic Pollution and Recycling Modernization Act, which it does a bunch of things, but what your residents will really notice is that more things will be able to be recycled. Some in the cart. There's a couple things that might get taken out of the cart and be moved to a depot, but overall, more things statewide will be recycled. The other benefit is that the list should theoretically be the same across the whole state. So what's recyclable here in Monroe is the same as Eugene, is the same as Lakeview or Pendleton or Ontario or Bend, wherever. So this, by going to weekly recycling now, which you're from what was there a question?
No, that's somebody's radio. Something.
It's
It's one of the comment.
So, as it stands, we think there's already the need for enhanced recycling here. There's going to be even more of a need next year. So taking this step now helps the city get prepared, already be set up for the maximum success when that state law, well, state laws in effect, when the rulemaking process is completed and everything goes into effect, at the ground level. So we go to the next slide. Skip the slide real quick. Just fine. So weekly yard waste collection, one of the benefits also with weekly yard waste collection is not only are your residents going to be able to put their yard waste in, they'll also be able to put in their food waste. And that food waste is taken to our state-of-the-art facility north of Corvallis. It's the largest one. The Pacific Region Composting Facility is the largest one on the west, or not on the west coast, in the state. And we are able to process things in that facility that you shouldn't be putting in. Bones, citrus, eggshells, onions, dairy, things that either putrefy or attract pests. We're able to take care of that at our facility. Not only that, the compost we generate there then goes to farms, organic farms, where they use it to, in an environmentally friendly way, take our OMRI certified, which is they're one of the certification agencies, or certification groups. Take that OMRI certified soil and use it in their crops. So it's kind of closing that environmental loop and reducing the impact on the environment and having a major benefit.
That's really cool. I didn't know that the processing plant in Corvallis did that.
Yeah,
That's very cool.
it's OMRI certified, it's a US composting council, it's tested monthly. So every 5,000 acres that we generate, we have to test it.
You ended up at Coffin Butte.
So the facility is on the other side of the highway from Coffin Butte.
Oh, okay,
But that being said, people wanting it for, just put the plug out there, people who want it for their home gardens, you actually buy it at Coffin Butte, $25 a yard. We don't, it's a big industrial facility, so we don't have a safe place for public to pick it up
right.
at PRC, but it's almost a bring a pickup, we'll sell my yard for $25.
Awesome.
So it's really good stuff. Anyways, people sometimes wonder, okay, if you're putting food into your yard waste cart, does it attract pests? Is there odor? Even in the dog days of summer, that's not the case because we're picking it up on a weekly basis. You really need a little bit longer than that. And not only that, you're usually mixing in, it's not usually just food waste in there. There's usually, in the summer, there's grass clippings or branches or garden trimmings. So they're soaking up some of the moisture, they're mixing it in. It's not good.
You don't want dead snakes or anything like that in there.
Yard waste.
They'll compost, I promise they will.
Well,
My cat's been bringing them.
You don't want animal carcasses in there, but, you know. I don't think they're gonna-
The garter snakes, I get them with the mower all the time by
The
accident.
other thing also.
They hide in the tall grass.
Kind of wonkish for the city, but it's a benefit for the city with leaves. So people will have a place during leaf season, put leaves.
Yeah.
Keeps them out of the streets, which is a safety thing, and then also keeps them out of your storm drains, which is a water quality thing, because leaves count against your.
Our community garden.
Some people don't live close enough to be able to bring them over easily, but it is true, we have a community garden.
Which is great. So, and once again, there's a major convenience factor. You don't have to remember or look through. Head out the window, look at your neighbor, trying to figure it out. Or whatever.
What size of trimmings can you take? What, up to what?
So for branches, it's what, I think it's 3 to 4 inches is about what we're looking for.
In diameter.
We don't want, like, we want the lid to be able to.
There's more pieces of my tree.
The trunk?
You can actually even throw chunks of firewood in there and it's not gonna hurt.
Yeah.
But we still want the lid to be able to close.
You want the lid to be able to close, and there's wiggle room with that 3 or 4 inches, maybe up to 6, but we don't want you tossing it. Giant stuff.
What if I cut down the cottonwood that's causing me problems? I can,
Well, if you're cutting down, yeah, piece it up over time and.
Yep, throw it in.
Not burn it in the backyard campfire. But the yard breed, I do that with my apple tree trimmings. So yeah, we can go to the next slide real quick. Now, obviously, this will be a big change for your community. So we've already got a communications plan ready, set, and go. We've got the assets that your city can share on your website. We'll have a call blast scheduled for your residents. So all the customers here in Monroe will get a call. Part of that call blast. We've got flyers. I gave you a copy of, that's an Oxford copy, maybe a little higher quality than copy. Really easy for your residents to know what they can and can't throw in. We go over recycling and then also. Well, and so with that, is there any questions?
Councilor Williams actually has one. What size container would the yard debris be?
That's your largest, just like the largest trash carts at 90 gallons.
90, 95, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
So when you, whether you get the smallest trash can, they give you the big bin for,
Yeah, you get 65.
Recycle and for-
You get
and for
65
compost.
Recycling and a 90 and 95 for regular.
okay,
Or Organics is what we're gonna.
Yeah.
So people could have the option of, or I guess it's an option of having the smallest, the medium, or the large size trash, and then medium recycling and large organics, is that, okay,
You can only have the one side and there's two.
okay, that makes sense. And I like the way that sounds, just because we're truly encouraging people to throw away less and recycle and compost more.
Yep.
Like, it's visibly.
And I would assume we'd put them all out 6 feet apart from each other.
And 6 feet apart doesn't happen very often.
So 3 feet apart.
3 feet, 3 feet or,
Yeah, it's between 3 and 6.
I know the old trucks needed 6 feet, but.
We do 3 to 6, 3 to 6 feet.
Okay,
You know, make sure it's not blocked. Stuff like that.
okay. So I know that's probably gonna be a question of some people.
Yeah, that'll be part of the communications.
Okay, good.
so the increase really will hit most, the people that'll hit most is basically the ones that already have the small bin. Or that,
Choose not to downsize.
yeah, choose don't.
So the other thing, if the council does decide to approve this tonight, we would start everything to go live. So beginning the week, June 1, that week following the first of June.
So in between then you guys will be getting in touch with everyone and.
Yeah, we'll be doing
and-
communications and stuff.
Gotcha.
And setting up systems on computer systems and stuff like that.
And then I'm assuming the week before then or whatever, they'll be dropping off the bins.
There.
Yeah, we would do our time, right? We would have it all done, by the.
Yeah, so the online they can,
I mean, we can get it delivered out pretty much ASAP as soon as you guys basically want them. If you want them a little bit ahead of time, we can start on it right away. But definitely have it by the go date.
Mhm.
I'm guessing we'll probably start a couple weeks before, unless you guys request like a month or something. Try to get started on it.
yeah, which I think a couple weeks is fine. It's just basically so that if you're gonna pick up that first day, then at least if they have receptacles to, yeah, exactly.
Well, our pickup's gonna be June 7th and 8th is what the recycling's set for right now.
Oh, separate day for the recycle.
No, everything's.
No.
Everything's same.
No, actually, there's a big recycling event over at the transfer site
Oh, that, yeah.
on the 8th. Oh, yes, that's true. I keep this with
That's
me.
not-
But we would still be on Fridays. It would just be every Friday for all three instead of,
Yep.
instead of trying to guess which week we get recycle picked up.
And what's caught me is like weather events or something where you guys had to reschedule the rundown. Yeah. Miss those. Yeah.
That makes it when you have one.
Definitely tougher.
Yeah, so the only change your residents are seeing is they put everything out
Every day or every week.
Yep.
And I see that it says that like food, food containers still go in the garbage from what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Even when they start recycling plastics, usually you're supposed to rinse them out and stuff
Yeah,
before you
so-
put them in.
Yeah, I put stuff to the wash.
The other thing also, is I'll set up a recycling presentation before everything goes live. I'll set it up in the library, we can make an announcement on the city's website, Facebook, invite the residents in. And some people, they're gonna wanna have their specific question answered.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to come down and I've got a whole presentation, it's about an hour long.
Okay.
Well, the presentation's 35 minutes and then
Q&A.
25 minutes of Q&A.
Still no lids and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, the lids, lids bounce around and get into parts of the machine they're not supposed to.
I figured it was something like that.
Yeah, it's not, the plastic itself isn't, it causes mechanicals.
Well, no, the hard part is everything's made out of different kinds of plastic too, so it's like the lid might be a separate polymer from the,
Bottles, cans, jars, empty clean in your
yeah.
So like, sour cream tub, those,
Sour
those,
cream tubs are okay.
it's just those little.
But you have to, you're supposed to rinse them out and stuff, but yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's contamination.
And I know that medication bottles aren't good either.
Yeah. Well,
Are they-
The additives they put in that plastic
Yeah.
make them so that when they come out the other side, they're not destroyed.
Sounds good. Anybody else online? Counselor Cuthbertson, Counselor Williams, do you have any other questions? Comments?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good as well.
Okay. What about folks in the audience here? Any comments or questions? Yeah, come on up here to the microphone and I need you to identify yourself.
Brett Hillsbury, I live at 575 North Eighth Street. When I looked at this and the little letter that came out with the water bill, said the service increase is $6.15 a month. And most people, if they saw this at all, which since there's not really anybody here, I think maybe they didn't see it. At first I just thought, oh, $6.15 more on my billing every time. And then I thought, no, that's not per billing, that's per month, so that makes it $12.30 per billing, just as a thing to log in, because it's the first billing, that's more than $6.15. I have several comments about the recycling. I have heard from people in rural areas that they already received the yard recycling I think they get yard recycling, but they get regular recycling, you know. And I've heard of it up in, some friends up in Corvallis, they watched the garbage truck come and he picks up all the recycle and the garbage and it's all going in one truck. And I thought, wow, we separate it, it gets mixed together.
I would like to say that that's owners. If
They
that
watched it.
if that has happened, I hope they would report that to us because
I will tell
yes, please.
I will tell them, because they watched the trucks do
That's
it.
completely against policy and our drivers.
Good to know.
And we have cameras on the trucks, so
If you're aware there's a problem, you can check it.
Yep.
Good. Okay, will there be a separate tub like the city of Eugene did before I moved up here? They had a separate tub that we would put glass into, because glass in the plastic, it's all gonna break and everything.
so glass is not something that goes in commingle, and if the city decides they want glass, that is not priced.
That'd be a different tub. Okay, so
Because-
we're not recycling everything then.
Yeah.
Right.
It won't be
Okay.
everything.
Unfortunately, you guys have it on your list.
There's the depot down here. Down here though. We haven't.
Okay, so.
Are those things that are supposed to be on it?
It says bottles and jars empty and rinse, labels okay.
Plastic, not glass. So, yeah.
It says glass right there.
Yeah. We're gonna change that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's on your document.
That's. Okay, so that's another question I have.
This was in an email.
So only plastic and cardboard.
So there's the depot down here now, you know, I think it's going on there. But, and eventually with this modernization act and the bottle bill possibly taking on wine bottles and that, if that happens in the future, I mean, the idea is that the DEQ would actually like all glass off the curb and have it go to depots or return for deposit. So that's kind of the direction it's heading.
Well, I think I'm gonna have to empty out my recycle because I read this.
Yeah, I've been glass in mine as
We'll
well.
definitely get that changed.
It's not right now, if you guys have been, it's, I mean, there's another city that's been putting it in there, it causes a mess, but it's what.
Well, I was questioning it, but I looked at it and I think I called the office and they said, oh yeah, it's on there.
Okay.
Right, the
So-
city of Eugene had to have a specific.
Yeah, like a plastic,
We used to have
Yeah.
a separate,
One of the things that. just
yeah, like a
A
tote.
little bit of background on what Mary said with glass. One of the things that.
Yeah.
They've found is that it only makes, for areas like Monroe, where you don't have the population density, glass recycling only makes sense environmentally if you take it to a depot. Because the environmental effect of sending a truck around to each of the stops
For glass, yeah.
offsets the benefit of recycling.
So when I
So-
empty my lemon juice bottle in the fridge, I'll just toss it in the garbage like I have to.
Or you could just hold on to it and take it to a depot.
Or take it to a depot.
I probably won't.
Wait, you said there's a depot here?
Those, the one in Belton.
Oh, okay.
That's that.
Yeah.
Or south of, or in South, sorry, Belton, yes, or South
Yes,
Corvallis
yeah.
has one as well. We do have like, in the larger ones, like you say, we have glass bins in Corralisville and Albany.
The red ones?
Yeah. Well, blue.
They're blue. Used to be red.
They're colored blue, they used to be red.
It's red,
So yeah, we had those, or we still have those, but again, I see in the future, they might be getting pulled from all cities, we just don't know for sure. We are running glass routes in those cities.
Yeah, I know when I was into glass recycling, I used a semi.
Yeah.
I worked at Pepsi too.
But your glass going into the Colonial Parks now, it is getting separated. Down there.
Okay, but it would be better if I didn't. Yeah, because I was concerned about the safety of the operators and stuff,
Yeah.
you know, because I've worked where recycling was big, you know, Pepsi and Pope and Talbot, and anything outside of the ordinary causes issues. I understand that.
My fiance was like, you can put glass in your recycling, I'm like, that's what the email said.
Email said it, so
I'm glad I asked.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Otherwise, you would have been home and thought, "Yes." And there again, you know, my situation may not be the same as, in fact, I know it's not the same as a big household would be. But where my husband died and I'm the only one there now, and I didn't make that much garbage. When we first signed up for it, we signed up for the smallest can we could get, and we were hoping to only pay for it every other week. pickup. And they said, no, we don't do it that way. Well, there are months that I go 3 weeks, 4 weeks without putting that can out because it just is never legitimate. I don't put my recycle out, and I would recycle. I do recycle, but I don't put my recycle out, but every other month. And so this is just gonna be me paying for a lot of your trips that I have no benefit from. The other issue there is in the summer, I could see your yard waste cart would come in. I do recycle, I mean, I do compost, so I don't have food waste during the winter time except for an occasional chicken bone, but most of my food is already deboned. Is there some way we could get, you know, this yard waste for just summer?
So, the thing is that that actually makes it more expensive because the truck is already here, it's a sunk cost. That, so the labor and diesel, and correct me if I'm wrong, the labor and the diesel for the truck is where the main part of the cost is.
Yeah.
And so,
Well, employee cost on that is high too.
so if we're already here picking up everybody else's, there really isn't a cost savings of having somebody that is.
I mean, we can remove your cart and read. But then it's just,
That
you're
doesn't
still
make
paying,
sense.
no, I mean, you're still gonna pay for it, it's kind of a set.
Yeah, if I'm still charged for it, you might as well leave it there, why pay your gas and get it, and then your gas, bring it
I
back.
only say that because some people actually choose not to have either one, and they just have a grass cart because they don't want to deal with it. And that's their choice, but, yeah.
Okay, so a person like myself is just gonna pay and pay more whether it's products.
Yeah, and that's why we wanted to do the meeting, is because basically we know, basically the agreement with them is they're either gonna provide it the same they're gonna provide the same service to everyone, so it's,
Right, and there are a lot of seniors in our community
Yep.
who are single people living alone. And I don't know what the level of garbage and recycle would be, but I know that when my husband died, ours went down and we weren't big garbage producers in the first place, so I'm sure there are other seniors that are in that same boat that will be paying for services that they just get no benefit from.
yeah.
So, this was why I was curious about it. Yeah, my numbers on the 13s and stuff don't add up to what your thing says. We can do that later. We need to finish this.
Thank you.
Sure. I have another meeting.
Yeah. Thank you.
Busy night.
So, oh, okay, and you're in. Oh,
Chicago Services.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
Did you have any comments or?
No, I'm here from you, try to get me through it.
Oh, okay, cool. Got it. Okay. I was just making sure.
Okay, any other comments or questions? Counselors?
I have comments, but I'm not sure if I should address them yet. So.
Go ahead, it would be the time.
I agree. Well, I was just thinking if one of the things you might present to people who are not big refuse creators is if they have neighbors or somebody like that that they can partner with.
We never thought that, and if people want to join in and do their thing, one person pays the bill, you know, that.
Yeah, my neighbor, I did that with her. I still didn't even fill the can half. So. Although there's a recycle sitting at her house and she's not there anymore, so. It's full.
We have another member of the public that's come in. Sir, did you want to make a comment? Did you want to make a comment? No?
Okay.
All right.
I guess I'll just add, just for the record, that I think it's a good service to provide for the community. I think she made some good comments that it probably doesn't work for everybody, but I think it works for the majority, and we need to do what's
Good for
right
the
for the community, for the majority. Personally. Well, not personally, professionally and counselor wise, not personally. Trying to be objective. That's how I feel.
I just have a really quick question, and it's in regards to, this should have probably been asked earlier, but it's just crossing my mind now. Do we have like an approximate percentage of how many accounts are in taking currently the smallest size receptacle container? Because those individuals, I would assume, are probably on a fixed income, maybe in a similar situation as certain people in my neighborhood that I know of, and I'm just concerned that this additional expense for them would be problematic.
If you give me a quick second. pull something.
Let's give Ken just a moment. He can give us that information.
He said he can give us some stats.
Thank you.
Play the Jeopardy music now.
I would take a guess that you probably have the majority of like.
Be interesting. Yeah.
I'm not even sure if I'm on a 65 or 35, but I know I downsized from a 95.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
Yeah, because I wasn't filling it.
And I think at one point you guys didn't have the same option.
Yeah.
It may be in my notes in the PowerPoint. If you'll let me,
To your PowerPoint presentation?
your PowerPoint.
Yeah, it's not on your hard drive yet, okay.
And the one thing that people got to remember is, like, I have a bunch of brush piles that I haven't been able to burn because it's either been too windy or pouring down rain or too dry and we got a fire restriction.
That's the number of hard counts, okay.
Councilor Williams, can you see what's on the screen, or Stevie? Oh, okay, Steve's gonna share it. Give it just a moment here.
I had a compost bin that was aligned with Counselor Rich's property that you probably saw. It was just collapsing because it was so full and not getting used. I couldn't put it in my garden because my dogs would dig it up, and it was just like an overflowing compost pile.
Neighborhood chickens got into my compost.
Yeah, the grapes that grow out of it though.
So for those that are online or here in council, Ken has provided the.
Yeah, they climb on the lilac.
For the cart counts. And the 95 gallons are 61, 65 gallons are 125, and 35 gallons are 84.
So a lot of people could be downsizing.
The majority are on larger ones, but
You guys used to. before you
Yeah,
guys-
but the second most is the smallest size. Is that what I'm reading? 35 gallons?
The smallest, the medium 125 is the 65, which is the next one down from 95, which is the largest. The smallest, which is 35 gallon, is 84.
Hmm. Thank you.
All right.
So basically the, like, 2/3 of the people would have the opportunity to be able to downsize, but 84 of them would be, if they're already on the smallest, that's what they don't have the opportunity to downsize and offset that cost.
And I know that we've talked about this before, but I can't remember, and I didn't bring notes tonight, but how would the total cost per billing cycle compare with people just outside of the city limits? Would it be the same?
You guys are still lower.
Still lower than people just like up the street?
I
Okay,
don't have that. specific.
Okay.
I can get it for you.
it's okay. I'm just
But
wondering.
I know that already you're paying quite a bit less. than
Oh, interesting, including southern Benton County, like just up the hill.
Benton County's also.
Oh, okay, got it.
Well, this, yeah.
I would expect Benton County would probably be a little bit more expensive anyway because the density,
Yeah, density thing, yeah.
because we have a lot more density than they would on rural roads and stuff.
And the way those are calculated is based on, franchise and the density within the franchise. So
Got it. Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and close the public hearing at 6:43 PM. Okay, so any discussion before we decide?
I think kind of discussed it during our public meeting. Do we just need a motion then to go forward?
Yes, we just did motion.
Make a motion to move forward with the new proposed contract with Republic Services that would allow us to have weekly trash, recycling, and organics pickup.
I'll second that.
Any other comments or questions before we vote? Councilors Cuthbertson and Williams, do you have any questions before we vote?
No.
Okay, I'll take G. Okay. All right, we're gonna go ahead and vote. Counselor Myers,
Yes.
Counselor Rich,
Yes.
Counselor Linder,
Yes.
Counselor Williams,
Yes.
Counselor Cuthbertson. Can you hear me, Counselor Cuthbertson?
You're still on mute.
Give her a moment.
Has to find the button.
You.
Abstain, 4-1.
Counselor Cuthbertson, can you hear me? Just need your vote.
If not, we.
He's off now. He came up for a second.
You came off mute, but you didn't hear anything.
I think that was an accidental unmute.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. All right, Steve, can she put it in chat or? Or did you-
Chat, yes.
Counselor Cuthbertson, if you need to, you can put your vote in chat. I'll give you a minute and then we're gonna move forward.
Just keep thinking she'll walk in through the door because she sometimes does that,
Yeah.
she'll be like on her way in, but on the
Mhm.
Zoom call.
Right, right.
Yep. Oh, we got Bill.
This is a better speeding.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Oh, gotcha.
all right, we're gonna go ahead and.
Come on in, Bill.
Come
on in, it's okay.
We'll proceed without her vote.
Okay. It's interesting. Yes, no, or abstain, or none of the above.
Right. But it has passed, so.
Okay, yes, you have a quorum and it has passed.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. All right, I think we're done.
All right. Thank you very much, everybody.
Our meeting is over. Have a good evening, folks.
Have a good evening. Bye.
I would think,